over at Rasmussen. Are voters ready to let illegal immigrants vote? A sizable number, including most Democrats, say yes. So let's just stop right there. Illegal immigrants voting means America ceases to exist. The quickest way to take over this country would be for countries to flood our borders with a president who is in cahoots with them, so illegal aliens can vote, so there's no standards at all for voting. And just from a superficial and visceral reaction, you know that's wrong, but it's even worse than that. The reason only citizens can vote is because citizens have a stake in the country. If you're an illegal alien, and perhaps you still have family back in another country and you're sending them funds and so forth and so on, you won't speak English and just on and on, you shouldn't be voting. The framers felt this way. Once again, the purpose of immigration is for the people who are in this country, whose country it is. It's not the government's country, it's our country. It's to improve our lot, to improve our society. That's the purpose of immigration. You hear Jeb Bush, you hear others say, well, immigrants love the guy. That's irrelevant. What's relevant is us, our opinions, and our desires. We don't exist to serve the rest of the world. And if people come into our country, a sovereign nation state, they have to come into our country on our terms and conditions. That's the way it's supposed to work. It's not liberal or progressive or humane or compassionate to destroy a nation from within. It's insanity. And yet this is the new mindset in America, and not just with Democrats, but with Republicans too. I will never vote for a candidate who believes in destroying American sovereignty. Ain't going to happen. But let's go on. This is troubling. The latest Rasmussen Reports national telephone survey finds that 1 out of 3 likely U.S. voters, 35%, now believes that illegal immigrants should be allowed to vote if they can prove they live in this country and pay taxes. So we're selling the vote. Now, I don't know how they know, these people they're surveying, if they're all citizens and so forth and so on, but we'll just stipulate that they know who they're calling. 60% disagree, while 5% are undecided. 53% of Democrats think tax-paying illegal immigrants should have the right to vote. I'll tell you why. Because a good percentage of Democrats are illegal aliens. So over half of those surveyed through Rasmussen's process, who are Democrats, think tax-paying illegal aliens should have the right to vote. The Democrat Party, not all Democrats, that's 53%, but the Democrat Party is the anti-America party. It's the anti-liberty party. It's the anti-constitution party. It's the anti-cops, the anti-law enforcement, the anti-military party. But just as there's an anti-Christ, there's an anti-America. And that's the Democrat Party. 21% of Republicans and 30% of voters not affiliated with either majority party agree. 21%. By the way, the U.S. Supreme Court has just agreed to hear a case challenging how Texas sets up state legislative districts. Did you know this? And there was a great write-up of this recently in the New York Sun. It was also in the New York Post by Seth Lipsky. Seth Lipsky is a terrific thinker and writer. Terrific. Texas currently counts everyone in the state, including illegal immigrants, before carving up districts of proportional population size. But the challenge that only eligible voters should be counted, because the current system creates some districts with much larger numbers of eligible voters than others. I agree. Why should illegal aliens be counted for these purposes? 66% of voters agree with the legal challenge, and they say states should only count eligible voters when setting the size of legislative districts for voting purposes. Isn't that bizarre? So 53% of Democrats, let's break this down. 53% of Democrats believe illegal aliens should have the right to vote, right? But 66% of all voters agree with the legal challenge that says states should only count eligible voters when setting the size of legislative districts. So what does this tell you? It tells you something very simple. Liberal Democrats are nuts. They're schizophrenic. They're taking the country down. They're not even consistent with their tyranny. Notice I said liberal Democrats. There are many hard-working Democrats, blue-collar Democrats, Reagan Democrats, who need to be persuaded to vote for a conservative. And they can be persuaded to vote for a conservative, because the left is at war with them. The left is at war with coal miners and steel workers. The left is at war with truckers and cab drivers. The left is at war with productive people, hard-working people, people that get dirt under their nails. The left is at war with America. Anybody here think Jeb Bush can explain that? No, because he agrees with half of what they're doing. But this poll is really, really troubling.